Committee on Commerce, Agriculture, and Natural Resources to order. Our first order of business is House Bill 45. I see Delegate Fowler. I'm sorry, we're going to do roll call real quick. Will the clerk open the roll? Clerk will close the roll. We have a quorum. We're all here. Delegate Fowler.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee.
We have a motion. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Delegate.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, somebody up there has to make a motion. But anyway, Mr. Chairman, about half of Virginia hunters are exempted from having to purchase, hunting and fishing licenses or other outdoor licenses. And Mr. Chairman, and that's really because over the years, the General Assembly has just decided to give away a lot of free licenses to folks. And of course, and I guess that's a nice gesture, but the problem with that is, that money's coming directly out of the Department of Wildlife Resources. And so, and again, they don't get general fund money here or anything else. So in any way, so what we're trying to do, and this is what House Bill 45 does, is it stops that. It prevents that. And now, of course, I've got a brief summary here, but basically what the bill does, Mr. Chairman, requires the Department of Wildlife Resources to maintain an annual accounting of revenue that would have been received by the department from license exemptions or free or partially discounted fees to hunt, fish, or trap that are established by the General Assembly on or after July 1st, 2026, and to submit such accounting to the Department of Accounts by August 1st of each year. The bill requires the Department of Accounts to pay the actual amount of such revenue within 30 days into the Game Protection Fund, and also allows the accounting required by the bill and other records related to such accounting to be subject to audit by the state controller. So again, of course, part of what we're trying to do here, I think, is when, folks see this out there, they'll quit trying to get free licenses. Okay, so we're trying to put a stop to that, and that's essentially again what this bill does. And of course, I have Ryan Brown from DWR is here if you like ask any questions of the director, but he is here to answer some questions that I cannot.
Okay, do we have any questions from the committee? The one thing I would say, Delegate, and I hear you and I understand the issue. Obviously, we don't know how much money that is, right? And it's an indeterminate general fund cost for the future.
Well, Mr. Chairman, right now the cost is zero.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't come in, it doesn't take effect until July 1st, 2026, and of course it is our hope that it will remain zero. That depends on the General Assembly.
You can't live on hopes and prayers here.
If they want to give away more free stuff. So,
yeah. All right, Delegate Fowler, I appreciate your work on this. I'm looking for a motion. Do we have any? Delegate Carr.
Mr. Chairman, I move we lay HB 45 gently on the table.
It's been moved and seconded that we gently lay HB 45 on the table. The clerk will open the roll. Delegate, your bill's tabled 5-2.
All right, Mr. Chairman, I thank the committee's time. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate.
All right.
Delegate Ward, are you here? House Bill 61? Yes, there you go. Come on up.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. House Bill 61 is a law that would establish, is a bill that would establish a small women minority-owned business procurement enhancement program. We wanted to be codified, these executive orders that we have implemented, and we've done this over the years. First, it was Executive Order 14. It was Executive Order 20 under McAuliffe in 2014, and then we had Executive Order 35 under Governor Northam. That was in 2019, and all of these executive orders have been working. First, Executive Order 20, our SWAM went from 1.5% of contracts to 15% statewide procurement contracts. And then under Executive Order 35, the trend continues, and we got to 25%. Now, you may have heard this bill. I've been here before. As a matter of fact, we've heard this bill 6 times since 2020. And 2024, that version passed by both the House and the Senate. But when it got to the governor's office, he vetoed it. It's because he believed that we were doing fine under executive orders only. Now, you know anything about an executive order, you know it can be rescinded by a governor at any time. Now, we've seen all this progress, and we truly believe that our women, minority-owned businesses have not fully recovered from COVID-19 pandemic, and they are working, they're creating jobs, and they need to continue. Codification of these procurement tools is essential to the economic prosperity of the Commonwealth and our small business community. I hope this time, once again, it's the pleasure of this subcommittee to report this bill.
Thank you, Chair Ward. Do we have any questions or comments from the committee? I will say that you've done a great job. This is the 7th time as the charm, I think. The general fund costs are very manageable. I'm looking for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I
Yep.
move the report HB
Delegate
61.
Carr. It's been moved to report House Bill 61. Do we have anybody else? Second? Sorry. Thank you very much. We got to get quicker, guys. All right. All those the clerk will open the roll. Thank you, Delegate. All right. The clerk can close the roll. Your bill reports 5-2.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the committee.
Delegate Simons, you have 3 bills, so we're going to go do your 3. Start with House Bill 260.
So House Bill 260,
I understand we have a substitute.
yes, we
Do you
have
have a
a
motion?
Report the substitute.
It's been moved to second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Delegate Simons.
HB 260 simply applies the Virginia Prevailing Wage Act to contracts for underground infrastructure works performed by private contractors doing work on government-funded regulated work. The bill will promote the safety, reliability of Virginia's utilities by ensuring safety training and retention of the workforce. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Delegate. Do we have any questions for the delegate? Do we have any comments from the committee? Do we have any motions?
Mr. Chairman, I move report the bill as substituted, HB
It's been moved and
260.
seconded to report House Bill 260 as substituted. The clerk will open the roll. The clerk will close the roll. That your bill reports 5-2. Your next bill, please. 599 or 597.
Mr. Chair, 597 is the Wildlife Corridor Grant Fund. It has not been heard yet in subcommittee. It establishes the Wildlife Corridor Grant Fund to receive voluntary public donations and federal grant funds for wildlife corridor and crossing projects. The bill does not request state appropriations. I know a lot of us have had run-ins with animals like deer on our roadways and highways. Paul Kriesek. So this bill gives people the opportunity to take action and donate to programs that prevent human vehicular collisions when they are doing transactions with the Commonwealth. In addition to allowing Virginians to make voluntary contributions, the bill also allows the Commonwealth to accept federal funds for wildlife corridors when available. I'm happy to answer any questions, and I do have some folks who might like to testify.
We're not taking testimony today from the audience, but you did a great job on it. Do I have any questions or comments from the committee? It's a great bill. You've done a lot of work on this. We appreciate that. I am looking for a motion.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Move to report
Deleg-
597.
It's been moved and seconded to report 597. The clerk will open the rolls. The clerk will close the roll. The bill reports 5-2. Your last bill, please, 599.
599, oysters are critical to Virginia's seafood economy, water quality, coastal ecosystems, and shoreline resilience. The intent of the bill is to ensure Virginia has regular science-based information on the health of its oyster population, so fisheries and restoration decisions are based on current, reliable data. The bill establishes a predictable recurring stock assessment schedule and directs the Virginia Marine Resource Commission to contract surveying services through a competitive bidding process.
Thank you, Delegate. Do we have any questions or comments from the committee? Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, due to the fiscal impact, I move that we gently lay 599 on the table.
It's been moved and seconded to table House Bill 599. The clerk will open the roll. The clerk will close the roll. The bill is tabled 5-2. 2 out of 3 is not bad.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Delegate McClure, you have House Bill 527.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the subcommittee. HB 527 would codify Virginia's eviction reduction program, otherwise known as VERP, so that it can be transformed into a permanent statutory program. Since 2020, the Virginia Eviction Reduction Program has been administered annually by DHCD, and DHCD distributes these funds to local and regional nonprofits that use them to pay for rent and other necessities for low-income families in order to prevent evictions even before a case has been filed with the courts. Mr. Chairman, with HB 527, these efforts will continue and expand this program across the Commonwealth. Currently, there are only enough funds for the program to operate in 4 areas of the state: Southwest Virginia, Hampton Roads, the Middle Peninsula, and Southside Virginia. Making VERP permanent will lay the foundation to expand this assistance to some of the most vulnerable families to eviction and expand into Northern Virginia and the Richmond region. This bill is part of the administration's affordability agenda, and then also the bill itself doesn't have a fiscal impact, but I did put in a corresponding budget amendment to fund it more. So, Mr. Chairman, members of the subcommittee, it is my hope that you would recommend reporting 527.
Thank you, Delegate. Always good to put in that extra budget amendment. Do we have any comments or questions from the committee? Seeing none, do I have a motion?
Move to report.
It's been moved and seconded to report House Bill 527. The clerk will open the roll. The clerk will close the roll. Your bill reports 6-1.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the subcommittee.
Thank you, Delegate. Delegate Martinez, House Bill 1320.
Good afternoon, Chairman and Committee.
I understand there's a substitute.
I would like to move a substitute.
Oh, we have a motion to move the substitute.
Move the substitute.
It's moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. No? Okay, the substitute's before us. Delegate Martinez.
The substitute, thank you, Chair. The substitute fixes a drafting error with the tables in the bill, and it removes the emergency clause. The bill makes a one-time $48 increase to all weekly unemployment benefits. The bill last year, the General Assembly passed a one-time $100 increase to weekly unemployment insurance benefit amounts and authorized a study indexing benefit amounts to a statewide metric. The bill was a recommendation on the Commission of Unemployment Compensation and consistent with policy options from JLARC 2021 report on the Virginia Employment Commission. The $100 amount was a one-time increase, was scored, vetted, and voted favorably by the 2025 General Assembly. Then Governor Youngkin reduced the increase by $48. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Delegate. Do we have any questions or comments from the committee? Seeing none, do we have a motion?
Move the substitute.
It's been moved to report the bill as substituted, and it's been seconded. The clerk will open the roll. The clerk will close the roll. The bill reports with substitute 5-2.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and
Thank you,
committee.
Delegate. Delegate Lopez, House Bill 1444.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the subcommittee.
We have an amendment too, right?
Yes, a small
Move the
amendment.
amendment.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt the amendment. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, your bill as amended is before us. Delegate Lopez.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill, you might remember, was done last year with Senator Searle. We've done it again together again this year. The Virginia Clean Energy and Innovation Bank will finance clean energy projects, greenhouse gas reduction projects, and other qualified projects through the strategic deployment of public funds in the form of grants, loans, credit enhancements, and other financing mechanisms. The amendment seeks to fund the establishment of the board and its operations. The FIS that we got it's just anticipated that we're going to be transferring expenditures associated with the Virginia Clean Energy Innovation Bank from the Department of Energy to the bank as a separate entity. I hope that's the will of the committee to favorably move the bill.
Okay. Do we have any questions or comments for the delegate? Seeing none, do we have a motion?
Move to report
As
HB
amended.
144 as amended.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. We report House Bill 1444 as amended. The clerk will open the rolls. The bill reports with your amendment 5-2. Thank you, Delegate.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're gonna present from the dais up here House Bill 285.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 285 from Delegate Helmer establishes the Distributed Energy Resources Task Force as an advisory commission in the executive branch of state government for the purpose of developing a comprehensive strategy to increase adoption of distributed energy systems. There is a small first-year fiscal impact for the governor's office to support the work of the task force at $85,000.
Move to report.
It's been moved to report and seconded to House Bill 285. The clerk will open the roll. The clerk will close roll. Bill reports 7-0.
House Bill 590 from Delegate.
Now we're going to go to House Bill 590, Delegate Hernandez.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, there's a substitute.
Move the substitute.
It's been moved and seconded. The substitute, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the substitute before the subcommittee directs the Department of Energy to create the Smart Solar Permitting Platform to issue permits to contractors for the construction of residential solar systems and help localities process permit for residential solar systems. The substitute now includes a reenactment clause on the bill and adds a work group for the Department of Energy and working with stakeholders to determine how to implement the integrated systems locality. This reduces the bill to a one-time fiscal impact of about $50,000.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions or comments?
Move to report HB 590 as substitute.
It's been moved and seconded that we report HB 590 as substituted. The clerk will open the roll. Clerk will close the roll. The bill reports 5-2.
Can you go
I didn't see him there.
Can you go to HB 1270, 1207 next? We got
All right, I see some delegates in there waiting patiently. Delegates who will file HB 1207. Okay, we're gonna present it up here.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, House Bill 1207 from Delegate Sewell. There is a substitute to the bill.
Move the substitute.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Okay.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the substitute creates a paid family medical leave program at the Virginia Employment Commission for the purposes of providing family and medical leave for program participants. It directs VEC to establish the program by January 1, 2029, and to start collecting benefits July 1, 2028, and then pay those benefits by January 1st, 2029. The bill before the subcommittee provides up to 12 weeks of leave with payment starting at 2 weeks after the claim is filed at 80% of an individual's average weekly wage, with a maximum benefit of 100% of the state's average weekly wage. The funds for the program are generated through a contribution rate determined by the Virginia Employment Commission and deposited into the Family and Medical Leave Insurance Trust Fund. VEC will set the required contribution rate at either weekly or monthly, and the contribution rate ensures that the trust fund balance will not fall below 40% of the prior year's expenditures. This is a cost share for large employers, those defined as over 10 employees, a 50-50 between the employer and employee. And it allows a self-employed individual to select into the program. It's anticipated that a budget amendment will be required to provide a loan to cover any startup costs for the bill, estimated at $75 million, but this would be paid back from the contributions rate generated by the bill by no later than January 1st, 2023, as called for in the legislation. Mr. Chairman, that is the bill, and Delegate Sewell is on hand for questions.
Does anybody have any questions for the delegate or comments to make?
Move to report 1207 as substituted.
It's been moved to report 1207 and seconded as substituted. The clerk will open the roll. Clerk will close the roll. The bill reports with the substitute 5-2. And now we have two from Delegate Glass. House Bill 1248. We'll handle it up here.
All right, Mr. Chairman, House Bill 1248 from Delegate Glass creates the Creative Economy Grant Program at the Virginia Innovation Partnership Authority for the purposes of awarding grants of no more than $20,000 to content creators in Virginia. About 13% of the U.S. population are content creators, so if that holds true for Virginia, there's about 1.1 million content creators in the state, so a grant fund of $5 million would reach about 1,000 influencers. And Mr. Chairman, that is the bill.
I think we have a few content creators up here. And anybody, any of you content creators have any questions, any comments? Do I have a motion?
Move to table, put place 1248 gently on the table due to fiscal impact.
It's been moved and seconded to table House Bill 1248. All those, or no, that's the clerk will open the roll. Clerk's open the roll already. Thank you. The clerk will close the roll. The bill is tabled 7-0. We have one more Delegate Glass bill.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
1249.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. The House Bill 1249 from Delegate Glass. There's a substitute.
Do I have a motion to move the substitute?
Move substitute.
Thanks. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
All right, Mr. Chairman, the bill establishes the Creative Economy Task Force to develop a strategic plan to improve the creative economy in Virginia by exploring the creation of public-private partnerships to incentivize growth in the industry. The substitute you just adopted makes the Virginia Innovation Partnership Authority lead the task force, and there are resources in HB 30 that can accommodate this task force.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions or comments from the committee?
Move to report the substitute.
It's been moved to adopt the substitute, or report the substitute, and it's been seconded. The clerk will open the roll. The clerk will close the roll. The bill reports 7-0 with the substitute. All right, House Bill 672, Delegate Maldonado.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, House Bill 672 from Delegate Maldonado. There's an amendment.
Right? Let's have a motion to move the
Move the
amendment. It's been moved, second. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we have it before us.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this requires the Department of Energy to adopt energy or water conservation standards for the manufacture of products equal to federal standards in place as of December 31st, 2025, if the U.S. Secretary of Energy or the federal government amends or eliminates these standards. There could be a significant budgetary impact to the Department of Energy if they're required to enforce testing of appliances, but the amendment that you just adopted ensures that that is only conditional on retrenchment by the U.S. Department of Energy.
Thank you very much for the explanation. Do we have any questions or comments? Seeing none,
Mr. Chairman, move House Bill 672 with the amendment.
thank you. Delegate Carr moves, and it's been seconded to adopt, report with amendment. The clerk will open the roll. The clerk will close the roll, but the bill reports 5-2 as amended. We have one more Maldonado bill, right? 675?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 675 from Delegate Maldonado prohibits an employer, including the Commonwealth and its agencies and political subdivisions, from using coercion or issuing a threat to an employee based on immigration status. This will require the Department of Labor and Industry to investigate and enforce violations of the policy, and that has a cost from the agency. But this will be included in a multitude of labor bills that will be covered in House Bill 30 with resources for DOLE.
Thank you very much for that explanation. Do we have any
Move
questions
to
or comments?
report 675.
It's been moved and seconded to report 675, House Bill 675. The clerk will open the roll. The bill reports on a vote of 5-2.
House Bill 698.
Now we have House Bill 698. Delegate McAuliffe.
Yes, House Bill 698 from Delegate McAuliffe creates a separate foundation for the Department of Workforce Development and Advancement for the purpose of raising funds to supplement programming offered by the department. Similar fiscal impacts for the Department of Veteran Services indicates that also operates a foundation, indicates there could be a required general fund impact for 3 staffers totaling $450,000 in each year. Mr. Chairman, that's the bill.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions or comments?
Move to table HB 698.
It's been moved and seconded to table House Bill 698. The clerk will open the roll. Clerk will close the roll. The bill has been tabled 7-0. We have House Bill 796. Delegate Hayes' bill.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, there's a substitute.
Move the substitute.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt the substitute. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? All right.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the bill before the subcommittee allows the Department of Professional and Occupational Regulation and the Department of Health Professions flexibility in increasing the fees for the boards under their jurisdiction. It allows for fee adjustments up to 1.5% of the rate of inflation. And then starting in July 2028, it prohibits the boards from accumulating a fund balance higher than the previous year's expenditures. There is no direct fiscal impact, but this would ensure that all the boards operating under these 2 agencies have healthy resources to continue their operations.
It's been moved to report
Substituted.
as substituted, and it's been seconded. The clerk will open the roll. Clerk will close the roll. It reports with substitute 7-0.
Yeah, 895.
We have 2 Delegate Sullivan bills. We're going to start with House Bill 895.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, House Bill 895 requires the Department of Energy to dedicate 1 position to the development of short-term and long-term energy storage projects. It also requires the Weldon Cooper Center to track energy storage projects and requires the Department of Energy to develop a model ordinance for use by localities to regulate and permit energy storage projects. There's also a work group required of the Department of Fire programs. It also adjusts targets under the Clean Virginia Economy Act for short-term and long-term energy storage and requires the SEC to validate those goals. There's a nominal impact to the Department of Energy, as indicated in the public FIS, of $150,000 a year.
Move to report.
It's been moved to report and seconded. House Bill 895. The clerk will open the roll. The clerk will close the roll. The bill reports 6-1. All right, House Bill 903.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 903, also from Delegate Sullivan, directs the State Corporation Commission to convene a work group to design a performance-based regulatory framework to improve electric utility performance in the Commonwealth and submit its findings to the General Assembly by October 31st, 2026. There is a non-general fund impact to the SEC of $150,000.
Move to report.
It's been moved to report and seconded to report House Bill 903. The clerk will open the roll. Clerk will close the roll. The bill reports 7-0. House Bill 1089, Delegate Weber.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, House Bill
1098, sorry.
1098 from Delegate Weber increases the grant award for renewable energy capacity installed on brownfield sites from 100 to 200 per kilowatt of nameplate capacity. The Virginia Brownfield and Coal Mine Renewable Energy Grant Fund has never been capitalized, and no resources have been provided to operationalize the fund at the Department of Energy. Delegate Weber asked for $20 million to support the program.
Do we have any questions? Okay, Delegate Carr.
Move to table 1098.
It's been moved and seconded to table House Bill 1098. The clerk will open the roll. Clerk will close the roll. The bill has been tabled 5-2.
Now we can go to. Yes,
Go ahead.
go
Yes, just
to,
mine?
yeah, go start at your bill, House Bill 145.
House Bill 145.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Next is House Bill 145. This is the Fantasy Contests Act. This would impose a 10% tax on fantasy contest operators' contest revenue. 5% of that revenue generated would be sent to the Problem Gaming Fund, and 95% would go to the general fund. The bill also requires operators to pay an initial permit fee, a fee to support the Problem Gambling Treatment and Support Fund, and a monthly tax. The permit renewal fee would cost $25,000. According to JLARC, it is estimated that the 10% tax would generate a total of $1.32 million per year in tax revenue, of which $1.25 million each year would go to the general fund.
Thank you very much.
Move to report.
It's been moved and seconded to report House Bill 145. The clerk will open the roll. The clerk will close the roll. House Bill 145 reports 7-0. And now we have the last bill, which is mine. No, it's not the last. We have two more after mine. Sorry about that. We have House Bill 374.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, House Bill 374 requires landlords
Let's adopt the amendment.
Move the amendment.
Moved and seconded to adopt the amendment. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the amended bill is before us.
Yes, this requires landlords subject to the Manufactured Home Lot Rental Act to include on the first page of a written rental agreement an itemization of all charges to the tenant, along with a statement that states no additional deposits, fees, or rent shall be charged unless they are listed below, except for those included in a separate valid written contract signed by the landlord and the tenant. The costs are really to the Department of Housing and Community Development to create a registry of all manufactured home park orders in the Commonwealth. That's $161,000 each year.
Let's tell everybody what the amendment does.
And the amendment just directs the deposit of funds into the Virginia Housing Trust Fund, and that is a fee that DHCD can collect for those not in compliance with the registry provision of the bill.
Thank you. Do we have any questions, comments from the?
Report
We have a motion to
374
report.
with the amendment.
House Bill 374 as amended. The clerk will open the roll. Clerk will close the roll. Bill reports amendment 5-2.
House Bill 1038 from Delegate.
House Bill 1038.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 1038 from Delegate Carr would establish the Virginia Student Environmental Literacy Plan Grant Fund. The fund would be administered by DCR in consultation with the Department of Education. The fund would be used to provide competitive grants to school divisions in order to develop local environmental literacy plans. Delegate Carr requested $500,000 each year to support the grant fund, and both DCR and the Department of Education indicate that they may need positions to administer the program.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments from the committee? Do we have a motion? Delegate Bloxham.
Mr. Chairman, yeah, I think this is covered under, we've done literature, environmental literature in other places. I think I want to gently lay this bill on the table, sir.
It's been moved to gently lay the bill on the table, and it's been seconded. The clerk will open the roll. The clerk will close the roll. This bill is tabled 7-0. And then our last bill, House Bill 1042.
Mr. Chairman,
Delegate
if we could
Bloxham.
pass that bill by for the day.
It's been moved to pass the bill by for the day. Do I have a second? Second. It's been moved and seconded. That's a voice vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that bill is by for the day. And that concludes our docket.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, committee. Thank you very much, everybody in the room.
Thank you, Mr.
We are
Chairman.
adjourned.